Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. My name's Benson. What's yours? We're gonna do a cooking video today. So if you're looking for like a chicken nugget, but a carb-free, low-carb chicken nugget, I have a recipe for you. You've probably seen this one or have heard about this one, but I'm gonna show you how we do it or how I do it, and then we'll go from there. So the things you'll need are two bowls, a cookie sheet or a glass dish, preferably a cookie sheet because then the heat can kind of get to the chicken evenly. I'm using one of each just to kind of see how it works out. And you want to spray those down with like cooking spray or cooking oil. I actually took just a little bit of oil and rubbed the entire pan. That's just to ensure they don't stick. Very light coating because they're kind of an old cookie sheet. You will need a whisk or a fork, a hammer. This is a meat mallet. You don't necessarily have to have a meat mallet to do this. You could do it with your rolling pin, your fist. I don't know, if you want to foot stomp it, just put it in a plastic bag so that it doesn't bust. But you're wanting something that you can crush something with. I'm using this barbecue fork. It's optional. It's kind of just to keep my hands from getting super messy as I transfer the chicken from one area to the other. You'll need eggs. I've got 3. That's what I'm going to start with. I may not even actually need all those, so I'm probably going to start with 2 eggs and then add the third one if I need it. And then of course you'll need some chicken. These are thinly sliced chicken breast. And you'll need salt, pepper, whatever you want to flavor it with. I am also using buffalo sauce, and I'll show you how I add this to kind of give it a little bit of an extra kick. But nothing too bad like the kids can't eat it. So it's a very kid-friendly recipe, just as long as you're not too heavy-handed with the buffalo sauce. So the seasonings that I'm going to use for the chicken are a seasoning blend that I've created. So this one is cayenne, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and paprika. Other than that, just simple salt, pepper will get you through this. So I'm gonna point you down to the bowl area, the cooking area, and kind of show you how we're gonna go about it step by step. So, sorry, I don't have a ton of space. Anyway, so chicken, bowl, eggs. Oh, I forgot to tell you, pork rinds. That's the magic crunchy ingredient, so that you will be able to have like a chicken nugget, but a low carb. So we're gonna coat it in just pork rinds and eggs. So that way you're not having to worry about carbs. So pork rinds. These are salt and pepper flavored, and I have a bag of salt and vinegar that I might try and put on a couple just to see how it tastes, but we'll go from there. So first thing we're gonna do is crack our eggs into this bowl. So 2 eggs. If you slam 2 eggs together, I don't mean slam, but kind of only 1 egg's gonna crack. So boop. Drop that there. Take your other egg just against the bowl. And you're going to drop that in there. There we go. I'm only going to put a dash, just a little bit of this, because the pork rinds have seasoning. And then this is where the buffalo sauce comes in. So you just want a couple little squirts. It's really just enough to kind of give it a little extra kick. And then you're going to whisk until your eggs are fully combined. And that's that. And you're going to set that to the side because we need to crush our pork rinds. So if you take your bag and just kind of open it, let the air out of the bag so that it doesn't bust when you're kind of pounding on it. Now put your pork rinds in the center and go to town. Alright, so I've got them kind of crushed up. I'm going to get them in the bowl and finish them off because the bag is giving me a little bit of resistance. Now you do have to be careful with pork rinds because if you crush them too much, they'll go into like a fine powder. We want them a little chunky so that they kind of stand off the egg and the chicken itself. So just kind of work it around so you break them up a good bit. And you're gonna have the ones like this one. So this is like a really hard one. If you happen to come across that one, just pull it out. Sometimes, you know, the pork rinds, they're not gonna crush. If that's the case, pull those out because you don't really want to cook those either. You don't want to bite in one of those thinking it's going to be soft with your chicken nugget. So I would say once you've kind of crushed it enough, kind of go through and use your hand to filter out the ones that aren't necessarily going to be beneficial to the cooking process. So gonna dash the chicken with a little bit of this. Okay. And then you're gonna go, I'm gonna grab my pan real quick actually. So just a cookie sheet, definitely tell it's old and well used. Set that off to the side over here. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your chicken, you're gonna go into the egg wash, make sure it gets really coated with egg. Pull it up, give it 2 good shakes to kind of get off the excess egg. So just kind of whoop, whoop. And then you're gonna go into your pork rind mix and then cover it up. And I didn't do what I'd planned to do. I was gonna use the barbecue fork at this point to kind of stir it up and pull it in and out of the bowl so that I didn't get my hands super gooped up. But you know, when you're cooking, it's kind of the risk you take, I guess. So cover your chicken with the pork and kind of push down on it to help it kind of stick. You're gonna do that to both sides. And your chicken should come out kind of looking like that. So it's not heavily coated, but it's gonna have a good crispness to it. And then you're just gonna lay it on your pan. Repeat the process till all your chicken is properly coated. Now in a normal like southern fried chicken or a normal like chicken nugget, most people will flour them, egg them, and then flour them again. So you're getting double the carbs. Whereas this, you see what we're getting? We're getting a little bit of egg, and then we're getting pork rinds on top of it. And so the worst part is honestly probably the egg and the sodium that's in your pork rinds, but it really adds to the flavor. So if you don't put a ton of salt in your egg mixture, you're good to go. So, and the way I've got those two designed, the salt is not like a prominent flavor. It's really the spice mixture that's in them. So. That guy's good. Looking like that. We're gonna go in the oven until the chicken's done. Should take about 15 minutes. We are at 400. And then probably the last 2 minutes, I'm gonna bump it to 500 to really kind of crisp this stuff up. So into the oven we go. Can't see, my glasses are fogged. This is chicken we're dealing with, so make sure you definitely clean up your workspace as best you can. So I've actually got some brawny germ towels that I'm gonna go across this with. So. And throw that out. It's no good unless you're gonna do more. Don't cook that or anything. Yep. There she is. Fresh, hot, right out of the oven. So you can see it's got a little crispy texture to it. You know, it just, so that you're not just having chicken breast. It gives it a little something extra. This is too hot to try, so. All right, so. That's it. That's kind of like a carb-free chicken nugget, fried chicken breast. I thought I had bought chicken tenderloins and I was going to cut those up into little cubes and make chicken nuggets out of them, but I didn't realize I bought the thinly sliced chicken breast. Whatever, it works. It's keto-friendly fried chicken, people. Enjoy it. It's what I made the kids for dinner. Quick though, also, for people who have had bariatric surgery, if you're always looking for something to drink, because we're not supposed to have caffeine or carbonation or sugar or anything like that, not a sponsor. They make a green tea, it's a decaf green tea, but they also make a decaf hibiscus tea. And what I do is I make a gallon of tea, and I do 2 green tea bags and 2 hibiscus tea bags, and it comes out really good. If you do all hibiscus, sometimes it has a little bit of a bitter flavor to it. This kind of smooths that out. Another trick that I've learned, because we can have juice but in small quantities, some people don't like fake sugar. They don't like Splenda, they don't like Sweet and Low, none of that fake sugar stuff. If you take apple juice and put you about a shot of apple juice in the bottom of your cup and then fill it the rest of the way up. So for instance, this cup, not a Yeti, I put about this much apple juice in it, and then I filled the rest of it up with hibiscus green tea up to about here, and I put ice in it. So that waters it down. That way you're not having to drink the fake sugar that I know a lot of people don't care for. This is just something I've learned. I've got to share it with my wife, and it's really, really good. It makes that hibiscus just a little bit of a sweeter flavor, kind of takes the bitter edge off. You can kind of tell that the apple's there, but it's a very small hint to it. So that's just a little tip and trick for you if you're looking for something to drink because you're sick of water or stuff like that. Green tea, no caffeine, good stuff. But I have kids to feed, so hopefully this is cool enough for me to try it. Hang on. Okay, keep in mind that because there's no flour under the egg, it is a little hard for the pork rinds to kind of stick to it, so they may fall off. But really, it's just kind of there to add a little bit of crunch. So, super hot, super hot. So that's super good. It's really moist. It's not dry at all. That's kind of the one thing I don't think people realize when it comes to chicken. Chicken's cook temperature is 165 degrees and it's done. So I have this little thermometer here. I inject it going long ways into the fattest part of the biggest breast or chicken leg, chicken thigh, whatever, and I turn it on and I have it preset to start beeping at whatever temperature I want it. So I set it for 165 and it beeps at 165. As soon as this bad boy beeps at 165, that chicken's got to come out. And the reason being is if you cook it any more than that, it automatically starts to dry out. Once it hits like that 167, 170 range, it starts to dry a lot. So you want to cook it to 165, pull it out, and what I did is I let it sit here for about 5 minutes to kind of pull the juices back in. That's absolutely key when it comes to cooking chicken and really any meat. Cook it to its well done temperature if that's what you're looking for. If it's a steak, I don't think we can be friends because I don't eat beef well done. I'm sorry. If you're a well done beef eater, we can't eat in the same room. Just kidding. I have friends that are like that. Anyways, but like your poultry and your poultry and your pig, I keep wanting to say pig, your poultry and your pork should be cooked to their well done temperatures. So for instance, chicken 165, beef rare is 140, medium rare is 145, medium's 160, medium well is 165, and we can't be friends is 170. Lamb should also be eaten medium rare in my opinion. Rare is 140, actually I eat a rare too. Medium rare is 145, 160, 165, and we can't be friends is 170. Again, beef and lamb are very similar. Pork, you can go medium, medium well, or well done. You never want to go medium rare or rare on pork. Just trust me, I've seen the crazy videos about the ways you can die. 160 is medium, 165 is medium well, and 170 is well done. And then poultry and fish is 165. There's not a well done on there because medium is done on poultry, because once you let it sit, it's gonna cook that little bit longer. Keep that in mind too. So for like steaks and stuff, really any meat, whatever you get it to, so I get it to 165, when it sits for that 5 minutes, even uncovered, the outside's gonna start to cool a little bit, but the inside's gonna continue to cook. So it's gonna hit that 170 mark, 173 before it finally starts to cool down all the way, and then that, so if you heat it up to that time, then when it's resting, it goes beyond that. So keep that in mind too. But anyways, I just want to share this with you guys. Try it out. Let me know if you tried it out, if you enjoyed it. If you're on the keto diet, if you're on the bariatric diet like I am, where it's low carb, heavy protein, this is a great thing to try. Do me a favor. Is there a recipe that you want low carb, no carb, or keto friendly specific, bariatric specific friendly, that you need help with? Is there something you want me to pull together all the ingredients and try and make you a recipe? If I can't make it, I'll come here and tell you I can't make it. I will fail that 100% because it just can't be done. But you've seen me make a bariatric friendly pizza, and if you tried that, it's very similar to real pizza because the way the chicken cooks, it has the same pull and bite to it that bread does. This is chicken nuggets. Try it out. Let me know. I would say go a little bit finer on your powder for your pork rinds than I did, and they'll probably bind to the egg a little bit more. You could even do egg, pork rind to get like a extra layer of crunch to it. But try it out. But definitely give me some recipes. Tweet them to me. My email's in the about section if you want to send me a request through email. Or leave me something in the comments. Say, hey, try cooking this keto friendly, or try cooking this bariatric friendly. Don't ask me to bake you a cake. I mean, I'll do it it's just not gonna taste good. Actually, it will. I do have like a keto-friendly cookie recipe. It does require Splenda though, so just keep that in mind. If you want to see that, I can show you that one. In fact, it is keto-friendly, bariatric-friendly, no-carb, diet-friendly, and it's really sugar-free because you're using the fake sugar instead of real sugar. But it's only 3 ingredients if I'm not mistaken, so I gotta check with the wife. She keeps that recipe, and I have to ask her all the time what it is. But anyways, let me know. Come on, give me a challenge. Challenge me to cook something that can be cooked. Keto-friendly, bariatric-friendly, low-carb, no-carb. Give me something. I want that challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love you for watching. I love you for commenting. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. Till tomorrow.